Does it? Does it actually mean family? Really? Lag. Alright. What the hell is this? There's a weird mark on my hand. Top left hand side on Ohana. They're not bad. Just didn't get them out in time. Top left on Ohana in the blue is our Terran player, up 2-1 at the moment. If he wins this one, he can still win the tournament. I don't know if you guys could hear that. There was a train just bursting its horn for some reason. Anyway, is Dante. Down in the bottom right, of course, is his green Zerg opponent, who did a really nice job in that last game. As was pointed out, it was that really good mix, like that really sort of tough mix where you've got a few Broodlords, you've got some Ultras and Banelings on the ground, with a few Infestors for backup. So Glow did a great job in that previous game. So, game number 4. Interested to see what happens. Do you know, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, if you start at the top, when your scouting worker runs past this tower, it doesn't actually hit the tower. Whereas if you start down the bottom and you scout, it'll hit the tower, and you get that free sort of, say, half a second scout. It's so imba. Positional imbalances on this map are a joke. eBay goes down, nice block from Dante, gets that started, puts in a few hundred HP in there so that it doesn't die to any sort of drone just attacking it. Very cool strategy here. You don't always see it in TVZ, but it does happen, of course, as we can see. And it looks like is he going to get out? Why is he being very daring with this? He's going to lose this SCV once he goes into the creep, because that means that the drone is a tiny bit faster. Or is he? No, he's not. But inside Glow's base, you can see that the spawning pool is just about done. The extractor just mining out some gas here, very nice. And as we can see from Dante, very standard from him so far. No gas taken. He is going to get a second command center up straight away. Don't they? I thought they did. Oh, they hover, that's right. My bad, my bad. But anyway, the eBay got cancelled, I believe, and it looks as if... why would he cancel it that early? It was a little bit... to get the command center up. Okay. The hatchery goes down. And, yeah, so Dante puts himself in a tiny bit of a nice position there, given that he did stop his opponent from expanding when he really wanted to. And a couple of Marines out should be fine to deal with this incoming Zergling attack, which is not going to do too much damage. And here they are, just saying hello. What's going on here? Losing one of them. 3 is okay though, because you can still go and take the 2 towers and then maybe put one on patrol just across here or something like that, or maybe over on this side so you can see if there are any drops coming in later on in the game. But we will see that Dante takes these 2 gas very quickly straight after getting the command center. Going to flick that over into an orbital command. There it is. Back at home for Glow. He's got one of his queens out. He doesn't have his. In fact, sorry, he does have 2 queens. So the second one gets down towards the natural just in time, and she's going to help out with some injects. Of course, she did put down a creep tumor to make sure that that creep spread starts. Always got to make sure you get some really good spread down towards the natural, especially on this map, because there is a lot of airspace to cover when it comes to drops. So getting creep tumors out to sort of these positions here is actually not too bad if you can expend that kind of APM. So and it looks as if Dante is going to open up with that with the 1 Rax expand into reactor Hellions. Marines, what are Marines doing? Are you serious? Whoa. Marines actually catching out the Lings there. I thought the Marines were just going to continue to attack the depot, but they decided to stop, switching around. And speaking of switching, there goes the factory across to the reactor, and it looks as if an overlord is going to go down here, so that's going to be a little bit annoying there for Glow. Loses that one, takes him down to 52 max supply, so he is okay. It's not as if he's blocked or anything like that, or in the red, so it's all good. Meanwhile, Evo Chamber. I don't know, that's not that interesting, but it's happening. Drone count currently at 36 for Glow, doing a nice job of boosting up that count. He's also getting a third base up, as you can see, just over here, so that's going to help out with his production and, of course, with his income. Here go these overlords. I don't know why he does this. He sort of groups them up randomly and just sort of sends them around. But two Hellions going to come across towards the third base. Going to see that that is going up, putting in a little bit of damage. Not really too much, of course, because you can't really do anything about a hatchery with a couple of Hellions. Four Hellions in total will link up here at the watchtower, just keeping an eye on things. Could perhaps come and say hello to these Lings and the Queens that are there, but they're obviously not going to get too much damage done. Back at home for Dante, he's got a couple of extra racks. We've got the starport going up, things looking pretty standard for that way that used to be the most common sort of way to open up in TVZ with those reacted Hellions. He is going to get to the third and fourth gas up at the natural expand as well, so he's going to put himself in a good position with his gas. He's in fact doing the exact same build that he did in the previous game. +1 to weapons and armor on the way, so maybe setting ourselves up for another long game here between these two. Things trying to bust down the rocks. They'll get there eventually. Gonna get there right about now. Good stuff. Alright, so third base is established for Glow. He's got a few drones out here, just making sure that he gets his drone count up to a nice amount. Currently at 49. He does put down a Baneling there, so no Spire just at the moment, so he's not going to go for that Mutiling Bane straight away, but he will be able to get out a few Banes if he needs to defend against anything coming along. Of course, these Roaches are going to help out with the defense, and is this going to be that... oh no, it's a little bit late for that. I was going to say, there's like this sort of 9 to 10 minute timing I think he can do, but no, he's not going to do it, because you need a tech lab for that on the factory. Comes with a couple of tanks and like this small sort of Bioforce, which people were doing at Blizz. I think it was at BlizzCon. It was like quite a while ago, so it's probably why he's not doing it, because it's not cool anymore. But here we go. He's going to go in for an attack. There is a little bit left over for those Hellions there. They've got a little bit of damage that they can do. Roaches going down. Will Dante be able to push in? I don't think so. A lot of Banelings now morphing in, 19 to be exact. +1 to melee weapons also just about to complete, so that's going to help out with the defense against this incoming push. And here it is, stemming up again. Going to keep those Marines up as long as possible. They're actually going to retreat for now. He does get a little bit of damage, forces some gas to be spent on these Banelings for now, and of course that a lot of Lings were also made by Glow, so just nothing too major, just sort of forcing out some units and not any extra drones. So good stuff there from Dante, completing a third command center back at home. Going to push that across into an orbital command in a moment, and the Spire is done. So looks as if, and researching +1. So I don't know what exactly Glow's doing here. He doesn't actually have 3 in that cast. Ooh. So I don't know what the plan is here. I think he's... okay, so he is going to get mutas. He's got 5 on the way. What? I don't know what's going on here. I think he forgot. But he does have gases 5 and 6 across at the third base. Going to try and get the fourth base up as well, along with the extra gas here. But back home for Dante, +2 to weapons and armor, just about to complete, which means that he's going to be able to get 3-3 extremely fast as well, and that's going to put him in a really nice spot. So mutas are now out on the map. Yeah. Hey, just noticed it. There we go. Infestation pit just about to complete. I would assume that that Glow is going to pick up this hive very quickly here. Where are those meters? Where are they? Oh, they're over here. He does have them. I was wondering where they were. But some good creep spread going out there. He's going to try and get it through the middle. If he can get it anywhere near this watchtower, that's a very good day. A couple of spine crawlers just morphing. That's a very weird spot for spine crawlers to come in, but he is going to be able to utilize them in this defense here, because some Marines and some Marauders are now charging their way down the map. They're going to be able to find that there are a couple of spines here, taking them down quick smart. There are a lot of links here. We'll see if Dante is going to keep up that very nice splitting that he has been doing previously. Here we go, links being sent out, Banelings going across as well. Some of the Marines splitting up to the side, but the Banelings are keeping up with them. Of course, we are on creep, which means that those Banelings have beautiful speed there, allowing them to charge after all of those units, and it looks as if Glow is going to be able to take down some of these medevacs as well. Not to mention get this base nicely saturated. He's got needs to put a couple of extra drones to work there, but things looking nice at the moment. So where is that hive? When is the hive going to come up? That is going to be the interesting thing. At the moment he's spending a bit more gas on... oh, there you go. Okay, bam. Going to get the hive. We've got a lot of mutas out. We've got a total of... there's 16 in this group at the moment. There are a couple more just about to link up with them. And things, you know, he could perhaps fly through and do a little bit of damage here. Dante, meanwhile, has got +3 to weapons and armor on the way. A couple of extra racks just completing now as well. As we can see, he's got a whole heap of them. He's got 8 racks out in total. And speaking of which, there is another attack force about to move through to the 4th base of Glow. He's going to be able to... I think he can actually take this one down. There are so many Marines here. The mutas will be able to clean them, but is he going to be able to save the hatch? No, he's not. Bam, go all of those units. Luckily for Dante, the medevacs were able to retreat in time, but this gives Glow a little bit of a time to sort of prepare to attack, and it looks as if the mutas are going to flank through the base here, attacking the turrets, taking 1, taking 2, now getting inside the mineral line as well. He should be able to just hold position and take down quite a lot of those SCVs, and he does take down the turret. And maybe even this orbital... Is he really going to get this orbital command? That would be insane. A little bit of movement here. Glow does get out. Alright, so orbital command survives for the moment. Extra turrets being built along the line of the base here, just ringing the bottom side to make sure that he is protected against those mutas again. The 4th base being re-established here for Glow, and also a 5th across to the right hand side. So he's doing a good job really just keeping up with those key sort of macro things, hitting his bases as fast as he can to get them established, and keeping up the creep tumors, because he did lose quite a lot of them across to the side here. Of course, we saw that his creep spread was actually all the way into this sort of portion of the map, so he's doing a really good job with that. And I was going to say, if that's a few Banelings to take out that force, that's going to be really bad for Glow, but he doesn't. He's good enough with that. The Mutiling Bane now pushing across the right-hand side. A whole bunch of turrets are being built here, taking down one of the mutas. Meanwhile, at the 4th base, Marine Marauder now pushing in. 3-3, of course, is done, meaning that these guys absolutely rip everything apart. And rip they do. Frozen. Lag is over. Okay, cool. So, Mutiling Bane now just outside the 4th base here. I wonder if Dante is going to be able to attack into this. I don't think so. The Infestors are going to really help out in choking the units on the ramp here, so he doesn't really want to just sort of run down the ramp, but he is going to try and establish a 4th base behind all this, and here we go, attacking in. A Funk Broke does not go off because the Infestor is having a spaz attack across to the side. Luckily for Glow, he is able to clean up everything anyway, and there is a whoops from Dante. And he's not having a good time with his control just there. He was, I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, but he did lose almost pretty much all of that force, apart from a few leftover medevacs. And that, I don't know, things are still not too bad. I mean, he's still got this good macro behind all of this. We've got a total of, what's that? We've still got the total of 8 racks here. He's cleaning up some of the creep tumors in the middle, as we just saw, and a lot of lings being constructed. Ultras again from Glow. Is he going to be able to hold this one up as he did in the previous game? It looks like good splits here from Dante, but I think he has lost so much in that previous attack. And while his macro has been very good, it's not enough to keep up with this massive swarm of lings and Bane and mutas that are now sweeping through this attempted fourth base, and that is going to lay waste to a lot of his SCVs that he has here, dropping Dante's supply down to 133. The turrets are going to be used as a little bit of a sort of choking mechanism here across to the side. Unfortunately, it's not going to do too much because there is still so much. And while the Ultralisk will go down, more units are now pouring in for Ultralisk. I don't know if this is the best idea because he's going to lose all of these, and he does retreat them. So, good choice there by Glow to get them out of the way and keep them alive to fight another day. More medevacs on the way, more and more bio units for Dante as well. His, as we mentioned before, his 3-3 is done. He actually saved this base, which is pretty huge considering that this is his fourth. So if he can keep this established and perhaps pick off this fourth base of Glow, I think that Dante may be able to keep his spot here and maybe take this particular match, and of course that means a series. So yeah, as pointed out in the chat, he hasn't really made too much effort to go for tanks or anything like that, which is of course it's not a terrible thing, but it is a very weird thing to see that. And here we go. Looks as if these bio forces are now stuck in the corner here, being picked up by one of the medevacs. Unfortunately, not enough, and in fact the medevac's getting clawed out, dropping out the Marines because they don't want to just die without fighting. And in fact, they will die in the end because there go the last few Marines standing up again. Oh wow, they're actually in a position just here where they couldn't be hit by more than like 2 lings. That's why they survived so long. That was really weird. But things are looking pretty good here for Dante. I think he's in a really nice spot. We just got to see if he can keep it up because he's got a lot of production capability. He needs a few more racks. Oh, there you go. There's a few more racks with a few more tech labs. Alright, cool. So he's going to take the total to, what's that? That should be 16? Almost 16 barracks being built here by, almost in the production lines there for Dante. So he's really sticking with this very heavy MMM style. He's got I love these E-bays just here to protect that right-hand side of the planetary fortress, but now it looks as if he is going to try and attack into the 5th base. Here it is, very exposed. A lot of the units of Glow are on the left-hand side of the map. It's obviously not a huge run distance, but he may lose his hatchery just straight up. And if I was Dante, I'd just probably lift and get out of there because he doesn't want to lose too much of this force. But he is going to just try and run back, running towards the cliff. Will he get trapped again? I certainly hope that he doesn't make that mistake again. But he does lose some more of these units, and they run back to the safety of the planetary fortress. And you know what would be really nice around about now? A planetary somewhere around about here, so that he could run back to it and just sort of sit back and wait for that when he needs to sort of just retreat and re-up all of his units again. But Dante still continuing on with this production. Meanwhile, for Glow, he's currently got a Great Aspire done, +1 to Carapace is on the way, +2 to Weapons is on the way for those flyers. Of course, most of the useful upgrades are already done, and now looks as if we will have the same situation as that previous game, but Glow may actually have a slightly better upgrades than what he had in the previous game. So we'll see if Dante's mass bio style is going to be enough to deal with this. Does he 4, yeah, okay, cool. So he does have a few Vikings coming out. In fact, he's actually got 4 he's got 4 starports, so he can get quite a lot of them out. 9 Broodlords now morphing in. Where are they? Here they are. So they're going to be used in that money mixture, of course, as we mentioned before. The Ultralist, the Broodlords, and then some Infestors as well. How many Infestors are out? We've got a total of 1. Not looking as good as it did in the previous game for Glow. He did much better with his Infestor count in that game, and I think that really helped him considering how many Ultralists he was using. So we'll see if he's going to continue with that. Again with the creep spread, Glow across the left-hand side this time, being cleaned out. This is taking up some of Dante's time. He really doesn't want to have to spend this time cleaning out creep tumors, but he doesn't want to also lose all these units, so he has to retreat from the broodlords that are in the mid. They are slowly making their way up. I think I would rather him perhaps move to the right-hand side where he can take down some of this this fourth expansion here, but the unit's almost caught out there. The broodlords and the rest of the units just trying to surround these forces here. Is he going to be able to take them? I think it looks as if Dante is trying to lure these broodlords across into an unsafe zone, because here come the Vikings. There are a total of, I don't know how many, but there are quite a few of them, but the Corruptors coming along are a little bit late to the party, unfortunately, going to take all of those Corruptors down. Again, this is the same situation as that previous game where Dante has a really nice control on what's going on the ground and actually picks up all of those bio units, leaving the Broodlords there with nothing to do, and they are going to be annihilated by the Vikings up in the air, and it looks like Dante is going to have a nice amount of control on the map at the moment. Picks up a 5th base across to the side. We got a random command center in the middle here, and it looks like the Vikings are going to be able to do some more damage here. They're going to try and sweep through and see if they can... Oh dears. 3 full medevacs, 1 full medevac. That is not good at all. Losing some of that, but he does find the Grave Spire in the back of all of that. The Vikings trying to take care of these Corruptors, of course, kiting them a little bit is quite nice, and he will be able to take the rest of them out and does get rid of the Greater Spire. So that means no more Broodlords and no more Glow. So Dante takes the series there with a 3-1 victory. Doing really nice in that last game with a lot of production, and just sort of sweeping through with that very interesting MMM style. So congratulations to him. He wins that $10. Also gets a what is it? He gets into the final of thingy. He gets 1 hour coaching from a CGM coach, and also goes into the monthly $50 GPD Cup, and then also goes into the Masters Cup not next week, the week after. Whew.